46 years ago, the last Studebaker rolled off the line in Hamilton at the company's last factory. The name on the building is still visible from Burlington Street, but not for long. Over the next 2 weeks, the last of the old Studebaker factory will be torn down to make way for a new industrial park. And today, more than 30 vintage vehicles pulled in for one last look at their birthplace. Lisa Hepfner was there.
The last Studebaker rolled off the Hamilton assembly line this morning. The time was 8 o'clock on the day that all Irishmen remember, March 17th, and a day that few employees of the sprawling Hamilton plant will forget.
What was it like?
Yeah. Kind of sad, yeah, because it was a great place to work. I'd have worked here past retirement.
Jack Holden packed a ruler the day the plant closed. He brought it back in case he found the coworker it belonged to.
2 Saunders extension 212. They lent us $2,200 out of the credit union when we got married to put the $2,000 down on the house. That's all you needed in 1960. And the other $2,200 we put on a stove and some furniture and a carpet, and that was all because of these people.
This was Studebaker's last stand. The Hamilton factory stayed open 3 years after the money-leaking Indiana plant closed. Stu Chapman was the company's last PR man.
There's nothing on the market that looked like it.
The Hamilton plant made $1 million a year, but at the time, customers were afraid to buy from a struggling brand.
In the end, only the big three, General Motors, Ford, and Chrysler, could survive.
Brian Stout worked at GM and could have built the engine in his 1965 Wagoneer, which was advertised as very handy for hauling fridges and Christmas trees. One use for the Studebaker Wagoneer in the 1960s was as a mobile camera platform for news gatherers who would create news segments that aired before the feature at the movie theater. Bob Barrick has one of the few remaining 1966 Daytona coupes, one of the last cars to roll off the line.
I was 4 years old when my father came up here and picked his brand new 53 Starlight coupe up, and he brought me with him, and I remember that day.
Demolition has already begun.
We're hoping that we can convince them to call it the Studebaker Industrial Park.
Lisa Hepfner, CHCH News.